Hello everyone. So this is the day two of Android app development series, and today we are going to learn the. We have already covered the basic concepts of Java, and today we are going to cover the OOPS concept as well as some basic concepts are left also. We will cover that in this session. So before that, if you guys have any types of queries for yesterday sessions, then you can ask. Otherwise, I will move on for next topic. If you guys have any kind of queries or if you guys are stuck anywhere, then you can ask. If you want to understand any topic once again, then we will cover that part. Otherwise, I will move on. Just first of all, let me just share my screen. Okay, to begin, my screen is visible, right?
Yes, Subri.
Okay, thank you. So I guess if you guys don't have any problems for yesterday's topic, so let's start today's topic. Before that, let me just give you a brief introduction what we have covered yesterday. Okay, just ignore that. Okay, so this is
Shubhadeep, you can continue.
yes. Okay, okay, okay. So this
Attendees
is basically
who are
public class,
attending.
and I have made one class which is Cybernic. Okay, your voice is breaking actually. Yes,
Yeah, I got it there. Subri, continue.
okay, fine. So this is so, okay. Yesterday I have made one class because I told you na that all of our code, whatever you will write in your code, you have to put it in a class, and this is your main method, and also you can call it a function. Whatever you will write in Java code, you have to call it in your main method, and this is string args. Args means arguments, and string. This is basically an array, and what is an array? I already covered that in yesterday's part. And if you just missed yesterday's class, so don't worry. The recorded video will be posted in YouTube. Then you can check that out from there also. And today we will learn some other topics, some advanced topics like oops concept, switch cases, break, continue, etc., etc. So just first of all, just print something before going to the topic, maybe hello world. And for printing, I told you right, system.out.println, and let's just try it out once again that our compiler is working fine or not. Before writing some hard codes, let's write a simple code. Yeah, it's working perfectly. So I guess up to this there is no problem that I have already covered how to take inputs using scanner, how to use arrays. I have already used two methods to use your arrays in your code. Uh, One is declarative way, and another one is you can take inputs from user also using the for loops. So yeah, these are the basic concepts we have already covered. Operators, operand, math, and
Hello, Bhaiya. I have a question.
yes,
Bhaiya, in this today's class, you will just teach about array and break statement, continuous statement, switch case, all these things, for loop, while loop.
for loop already done in yesterday's topic. If you
Means,
just
this
missed the
session
class,
you will teach only these things.
what?
No, Bhaiya, I'm just asking like that because I have to go somewhere. And actually, I've already studied Java, these topics. This is why I'm asking so that I can leave this
I
class.
will cover also OOPS concepts like polymorphism,
हाँ
constructor.
Yeah,
हाँ
actually this session will be held in two part. Subdeep oops के बारे में बताएगा जावा में, एंड देन जब oops का कंप्लीट हो जाएगा देन एंड्रॉयड स्टूडियो का कुछ बेसिक इंटरफेस के बारे में बताया जाएगा, फ्रेंडली करवाया जाएगा, और कुछ छोटे मोटे बेसिक कंपोनेंट के बारे में बताया जाएगा.
हाँ ओके भैया ओके थैंक यू भैया
Okay. So before going to that topic, let's discuss what is break. I am using a for loop from I equals to 0 to 10. Let's make it 0 less than equals to 10. That if this one, if I is modulo divide by, if you want to print only odd values from 0 to 10, then what we can do? If I modulo divide by 2 is equals to 0, it means the remainder is equals to 0. It means what? This is an even number. If this is an even number, just continue. And after that, we want to print that I. Let's try to print it, and once again we will discuss about what these things are, what is continue basically. Yeah, 1 3 5 7 9, these are odd values from 0 to 10. I'm talking about like from 0 to 10, what values are even values? 2 4 6 8, these are even values, and I am taking these values using this I variable. If the I from 0 to 10, if I were doing modulo, if you are using modulo operator and the remainder is 0, it means that is an even number. Don't count that, it means continue. अगर तुमको मिल जाता है ऐसा कुछ वैल्यू जो कि 2 से डिवाइड करने पे 0 आता है, तो उस वैल्यू को मत लो, उसको कंटिन्यू कर दो, नेक्स्ट टॉपिक पर आ जाओ. लाइक 0, फर्स्ट 0 विल कम, देन 1 विल कम, तो 1 डिवाइड करने से 0 नहीं आता है, तो 1 जाएगा. 2 will come. If 2 comes, then don't count that topic, then don't count that. तो 2 प्रिंट इसलिए नहीं हुआ. Then 3 आया, तो when we will use 3, the remainder is not equals to 0, so 3 will print, 3 will be printed here. Then 4 will come. 4, if we just use 4, then the remainder will be 0, so 4 will not be printed here. And then 5 will come. Then 6 also remainder 0. 7 remainder not equals to 0. 8 remainder 0. 9 remainder not equals to 0. 10 remainder 0. That's why 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2 are not printed here, but also 0 is not printed here. 1 3 5 7 and 9, these odd values will be printed in the console. This part is clear to all of you?
Yes, भैया.
Okay, fine. And let's understand what is break. Break means that I'm talking about if I equals to 6, then just break. Oops, break. So if I just run the code, what will be the output? Can anyone guess it? No, I'll guess.
Will
0
print
1
up
2
to
3
6.
4 5.
Okay, continue. No, someone was telling 0 1 2 3 4 5. No, that is not the right answer.
It will print up to 6.
Yeah, from 0 to sorry, it is
0 to
equals
6.
sorry, 0 to 0 to 5, because when I thought it is 7, I thought it was 7. Yeah, from 0 to 5 it will print, because when I equals to 7, then it will break, it will stop. Yeah, I was thinking that from 0 to 6 it will print, and when I becomes 7, then it will stop. From it will start from 0, then it will come 1, then it will 2, come 2, then 3, then 4 5 6, and when it is 7, it will break, and this loop will be destroyed, and it will come here, and it will print the last value, which is 6. It will not come up to 7. Okay, this break part is done, or is there any problem?
No, bhaiya.
Okay, I'm asking to everyone that if you have any kind of problem, then you can ask. I'll discuss it once again also. That's not gonna be a problem. Okay, let me just comment this, because after this I will share the codes. I'll share yesterday's code and today's code in a drive link. You can check it out from there also. And int, let's try to understand what is switch case. Okay, before that, if you have any kind of problem in loops and break continue, you can ask. Otherwise, I will move to switch case. I guess no problem. And if you have any problem, then you can write it in the chat section. DPKC will take the questions also. And to use switch case is a kind of if else also. Like in if else, we have to write if and else statement multiple times. So without writing multiple times if else, we have switch cases. So how to use, what is the basic syntax of switch case? Let's try to understand. Let's make if age equals to, well, not age, if number is equals to 10 and switch. Here in this bracket, you have to write your condition, and after that, it will give you an error because you have to write the condition here, not in this way. You have to write your condition. Condition is, I am writing in this way, that number is, let's think that it is 10. Or you can write is num, because I have already assigned num as a 10. But you can write it 10 also. That's not a problem. As it is switch case, it means that there will be multiple cases. This is case 1. For case 1, I am representing like that I am 1, and for case 2, it will be like I am 2. Case 3, like I am 4. Why not 4? 3. Okay, let's just save it. And also let's change it 1. Okay, because I've used 1, 2, and 3. So let's just run it. So what will be the output in any cases? Anyone?
I am 1.
Okay, let's check. It's printing I am 1, I am 2, and I am 3. But if I just change to 3, it will be same. I am 1, I am 2, and I am 3. Let's check. But it's
I
not.
think you should have to use double equals to.
Here,
Yes.
double equals to for checking that the two numbers are equal or not. Here the part is assigning. For assigning part, you have to use only single equals to. If you are using double equals to, it means that you are checking the two numbers are equal or not. I have not assigned before this line, so I can't use double equals to here. It will give me an error. You can use this double equals to whenever you want to use any condition, like here. If you're doing use any condition. So why we are getting, if you are whenever, okay, let's write 2. What will be the output in guess?
I am 2, I am 3.
Correct, that's true. But why it's printing I am 2 and I am 3 both, as I am writing only this 2? The 2 will come here, and it will check, is it 2?
It will
No,
start from 2, case 2 to all the cases below it.
why then? Why it's
Break
happening
is
like
not
that?
applied.
Yes, that's right. You have to write break and just paste it here also. Like you are saying that whenever you will get 2, just stop there. It's 2, and you are saying whenever you are getting 2, in this case in line number 29, it is getting the 2 to print this line, and now now it's done. Just break. Now if I just run the code, it's not printing I am 2 and I am 3, it's printing only I am 2. Now take another scenario. If I'm giving 20, let's run the code. It's not printing anything because 20 is not equals to 1, 20 is not equals to 2, 20 is not equals to 3. So that's why it's printing nothing. But that's not a good thing. And you have to use default, that if it will not match with any other cases, then just print this one, the default one. Then the default one will work. This is default. Now if we just print it, I try to run it, sorry, not print, we just try to run it, this is default. And after that you can use, if you want to use break, you can use break, but it's not mandatory because this is the last line. In the last line you can skip this break part, but it's your choice. If you want to use that, that's not any error. If you will not get any kind of error, but you don't have to use that because this is the last line. In the last line you can skip that. Any queries or any problem? And this is also
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is it necessary to start from the case 1? Can we start from the case 3? The numbering
You can
from the
start
case
from
3,
case
case
100
4,
also.
case 5.
You can have custom 1000 also.
Okay. And the numbering of the case will be alphabet or not? That is case A,
Yeah,
case B, case C.
yes, I'm just saying that it's not necessary that if you want to use integers, you can use string, you can use, not string, you can use characters also. Character ch equals to a. You can use here this ch and you can change it to abcd.
It means it's only for the reference.
Yeah, b, make it b and make it c, and this is the default part, right? So which is fine. Let's try to run this code. I am 1. Here I have to write I am A, I am B, and I am C. And right now I have to try to run. I am A, which is true because this case is basically true. So this case is basically A, and it's coming to this case A, and it's printing I am A. Up to this, is there any problem? If not, then I will give you a problem. Then you have to solve that. Is there any problem to understand the concept?
No, bhaiya.
Okay, let's take an example, not example. Let's take a question. I just remove all the parts and I just simply copy paste. I just copy and paste it. Change the values to 3 and 4 by 1, and I will make it height 2, high 3, and high 4. I just close this console, and what will be the output? What will be the output?
High 1. High 1.
Okay, others?
इधर भैया default I think.
This one?
It will
This
print the
one?
default.
Default.
one?
Default one.
Kindly say why it will print the default.
Because here the character in this character is stored as a character. And if their case 1, case 2, it is treated as the integer.
Int.
That's why.
Let's try to run the code and let's check. This is default because this one is actually a character, and this one is actually an integer. So this one and this one, these two are not same. This is a character and this is an integer. So these are two different things. So this is the common mistakes what people generally do. So make sure that you whatever you are uh, seeing this one and this integer and this character both are not same. In this case, this one is actually a character and this one is actually an integer. So both are different. So that's why it will not print case 1, case 2, case 3 and case 4, but actually it will print the default part. Up to this, is there any problem or queries? If you have, kindly ask. I guess no, but still, so let me just write this, that output is default. Output is default. This is the output. Hey, if you want to ask any questions, then kindly ask. Otherwise, I will go for the next topic. So all the parts, basic concepts parts of Java right now is done. Right now,
Practical use
yes.
of this switch statement.
Switch statement you can use if you don't want to write if and else statement multiple times, then you can use switch statement. Like in if and else statement, you want to write if then a condition. If this condition is true, then print this. Otherwise,
Otherwise, else part.
else part. You can use else if also. You can use else if that then write the condition that
Ladder,
in
just
this
like
else
ladder.
if. Huh. You have to use else if multiple times. Without using else if multiple times, you can use the switch case, that you can write case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5, case 6. And if case 1 is true, print this one. Case 2 is true, then print this line, or just execute this line of code. And I'm printing something, you can use execute this line of code. If case 3 is true, then execute this line of code. In this way, it means that whenever you are writing if else statement, without wasting too much lines, you can write it in a single line. This is the practical use of switch cases. Clear?
Okay.
Fine. Okay. So can I move to the next part, which is the most important part in Java, which is OOPS concept.
Yes, भैया.
This is the most important part for Java, not only for Java, for any object-oriented programming languages. Yesterday, someone was asking, Bhaiya, what is class and what are objects? So I told him that just wait for some time. We'll cover that part also. So today I'm going to cover that. Before going to the OOPS concept, let's try to understand why we need OOPS concept. Can anyone from you can explain that what is OOPS concept and why we need that? Like we have C
For
program.
classifying similar kind of things under one roof.
Acha. Like we have C programming. C is a functional type language, and C++, Java, Python. These languages are object-oriented programming languages. So, what is the difference between C and these languages? Like in C, we generally use functions. Yeah, we can use functions in these languages, but in Java or in C++, we generally use object-oriented programming. Why we need object-oriented programming? Because in to deal with our real-time problems, to deal with real-time examples, to deal with uh, some problems which is related to industries, we need some object-oriented programming, which is in this case, which is Java. But yeah, you can use Python or CPP also, I mean C++ also. That's totally up to you. That whatever language you want to use as your object-oriented programming language. So these two things are very important: class and object. So what these two things are? Let's start. Okay, I am using this comment like in this way, two forward slash, but you can use multi-line comments using this and start.
Start.
In this way, I can. Oops, sorry. I can use these multi-line comments.
Bhaiya,
Mhm.
like in C, we avoid recursions in any program while using functions. So, is there anything like recursion or function in Java? As because I have only learned the loops part.
Mhm.
And
Basically, recursion is not required for Android app development, and this session is only for this Java session is only for dedicated to Android development. But if you are asking me for Java development for Java language, if you have anything, so we have collection frameworks in C++. Generally, people avoid the pointers part and go for something like we have something like in CPB also like that.
Vectors.
Vectors, yes, vectors. We have vectors, and in Java we have
actually,
collection framework.
Bhaiya, I don't know much about the C++ language. I've only learned Python and C, so it will be difficult
Oh,
for me to understand the whole
I
C++
don't think so.
concept.
No. I don't think so. Learning after learning a language, after learning a language, it's not difficult to learn to switch any other language. Like people are learning 5 and 6 languages in their career, so it's not too much difficult to learn another language or to switch another language after learning Python or C or any kind of language. Basically, you have to think the main logic. Syntax is not difficult. Logic is difficult. Thinking a logic is difficult.
Okay, Bhaiya.
Hmm. So, first of all, let's try to understand what are classes and what are objects. If I just let's try to understand with an example. We have dog. We have okay. I am talking about dog. I'm talking about people. In people, we have man. We have woman. So in people, we have man. We have woman. Class is people. Objects are man and woman. Same goes for why I'm using that. I can skip that also because I'm multi. I'm using these multi comments. And for dog, also we have some breeds like I'm using some XYZ,
Labrador.
ABC, anything, whatever you can think, EFG, any breeds we have, different kinds of breeds we have in dog, in cat also. So dog is class, and these breeds are every breed are objects. Okay, so this is the basic difference between classes and objects. So now you can understand what is the basic difference between class and object. Now, in object, we have something like if I am talking about a dog, dog has something like dog has two things. First one is dog's breed, dog's color, dog's uh, eye, anything. And number two is dog can walk, dog can sleep, dog can eat. These things. These are two different things. These are these are in this way from these topics I can understand that this is a dog, and from this breed I can understand which breed is this dog. And these are dog. What can dog do? Dog can walk, dog can sleep, dog can eat, and etc. These are properties of objects. Basically, there are two properties. There, in this way, we can understand in this way, we can understand, we can clarify that this is a dog, and in this case, we can understand that the object, what the objects can do. Like in this case, we have dog. Dog can do this, and do that. These are basically classes and objects, and this is the basic difference between class and objects. Some people think that class and objects both are same, so these are not same. These are two different things. So the example part is done. Let's try to code it. That how to create classes in Java and how to run that and how to print that. Let's, आई थिंक तुम लोगों को समझ में थोड़ा समझ में ना आया होगा कि क्लास और ऑब्जेक्ट क्या है, तो एक कोड लिख लेते हैं। तो कोड लिखने के बाद आई गेस तुमको समझ में आ जाएगा। एक क्लास बनाते हैं, क्या बनाते हैं, ह्यूमन। अच्छा एक बात बताना भूल गए थे कल, बता देते हैं। ये जो क्लास है, क्लास का फर्स्ट लेटर कैपिटल होगा, ठीक है, और क्लास का नाम जो होगा, प्रोग्राम का नाम भी वही होगा, क्योंकि क्लास का नाम साइबरनिक्स था, प्रोग्राम का नाम भी साइबरनिक्स डॉट जावा होगा। जावा है तुम्हारा एक्सटेंशन और प्रोग्राम का नाम है साइबरनिक्स। इन दिस वे you have to declare. If I just change this name, something like abc or efgh anything dot java, then it will not work. It will give me wrong output.
Why this, sir?
This is this syntax of Java. In Java, you have to use that. Okay, and also classes name you have to start with capital letter. The first letter will be capital. And right now, मैं तुमको बोला था ना कि इसका बहुत सा चीज होगा कि ये जो क्लास है, क्लास का कुछ ना कुछ चीजें रहेगा। तो क्या क्या रहता है ह्यूमन का? ह्यूमन का एज, ह्यूमन का कोई नाम, नाम किसमें स्टोर होगा? स्ट्रिंग में स्टोर होगा, स्ट्रिंग नेम, and
Gender.
anything you can add also that if you want. Let's make it as simple as that. Class का नाम है human. If the name of the class is human, I have to create an object of the class human. How to create an object? Let's write that. How to create an, okay.
Bhaiya, can we add the measurements of an human with the syntax float? Actually,
Float.
in float, can we add that?
Yes. You can add anything. You can use float. You can use string. You can use char. Anything. But as it is a human, I am talking about human has some age, human has some name. I am to make it as simple as that. Okay, let's create an object of class human. This is human, and let's give any name like obj or anything, whatever you want. You can write your name also. That's not going to be a problem. And I told you in yesterday's class that if I want to create something new in primitive data type, we have to use a keyword which is new. Human. I have to write human because the name of the class is human. Then write the name of the object. Then use new keyword. Then use the class name. Here the class name is human. Perfect. Now obj dot look. Whenever I'm clicking dot, it's suggesting me age or name, whatever you want to use. I want to use age, or you can use name. Then you can use I am 20 years old, and obj dot name. My name is Subodip. And write your name also. Then I can write Maiti also here. And I want to print that. I want to print this obj dot age. So if we just run it, what will be the output? Can you guess? Anyone?
20.
Let's try. Yeah, it's 20. So I can use like in this way also. If I just concatenate, I am is 20.
Bhaiya, could you just scroll up a bit as I'm just noting it down?
Let's just run it and then I will scroll up. I am 20 years old, which is fine. And let's now.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Let's comment that human is the name of the class. Fine. That's why I'm using human here. And obj is the name of the object. And obj is the name of the object. And you can use anything else without you can change it obj to anything else. You can use your name also if you want to, and you can change these values also, and you can
Hmm.
use multiple things here also. Here I have used only age and name, but you can use anything. If you want to use someone was talking about that if he want to use float,
Report type
I
kya
will
hai? हाँ.
uh, so if you want to use float, then you can use, that's not a problem. You can use float, or you can use string, or you can use integers, you can use byte, you can use char, anything. So yeah, so how to create classes and how to create objects and how to print that, this basic part is done. If you guys have in types of queries, then kindly ask, otherwise I will go for the next topic, like how methods works. Like in C++, we have functions, but in Java, the functions is called also method, but you can call it function also. Is there any problem up to this?
No bhaiya.
Oh, okay, fine.
हाँ वो लिखो.
Yeah. Okay, let's just check the chat section if anyone is writing something or not. Oh yeah, no. Fine. Okay, so let's go for the next topic, which is method. For method, just check one thing, that when the main method will finish, the main method will finish right here. So after that, after this main method, we can create new method with public void sum. I just use something sum and use two numbers. Let's take two numbers, int num1 and int num2. Just return num. Okay, I'm returning something, so I have to make it integer, because I'm returning integer values. Num1 plus num2. Num1 plus num1 is integer, num2 is integer, return value will be integer, so that's why this will be integer. In this case it is void because it's not returning anything. Void means null, it's not returning anything, that's why it's void. But in this case we are returning something, we are returning an integer value, that's why it should be int. And here I have to write the code, then I have to call it whatever we will make, classes, objects, functions, methods, anything outside the main method, but we have to call it here 4 and 5. Okay, I have to make it static because this one is static. This main method is static. This main method is static, so I have to make this one also static. This sum also static. If I want to, because I want to run it in main method. And also to print something, we know we have to use system.out.println. Let's add this guy here and try to print. Try to run the code.
Can you again explain that 4, 5?
Yes. 4, 5 means I am taking two numbers, int num1, int num2. These are parameters. This 4 will come in num1 part. This 5 will come in num2 part. This 4 and 5 will come here. Return num1 plus num2, 4 plus 5, which is 9. 9 is an integer. That's why it's returning integer. And we are calling it here. And we want to print that also.
Okay.
And also you can use another thing. let's try to understand another thing also. Let's comment this and out is num1 plus num2. Right now you have to make it void because it's printing, it's not returning anything. And here you can just only call 4 comma let's 6 take. And if we just try to print 10, because here in this function I'm already printing, so I don't have to write system.out.println here, and 4 and 6 will come here, then here num1 plus num2, 4 plus 6 10, and we are calling this function in main method and it will print this thing, and in the console we are getting 10. You want to ask any question?
Yes, Bhaiya. Actually, what kind of shortcut you use to print the system.out.println
S
in
out.
Yes.
S out and print and hit enter. And if you're using Eclipse, then SYSOUT, sys out.
Then tab,
Then control space.
control space. Okay.
Okay. If you're using Eclipse, otherwise if you're using IntelliJ, then S out.
Okay.
Any problem up to this? Let me just write this is I'm calling a function, and let's just tab. This part is done. Okay, so let me just comment this part also. I can just close this one also. It's not required right now. Okay, so right now we know how to create classes, how to create objects, how to call them, how to print how to print different, or how to print them using our objects, and these things also. So I think there is no queries up to this. So yeah, you just told that we can use the methods. You can use these methods here. Can you use them in our classes? Yes, you can use our classes because this is the main class, which is Cybernetics. We are using the some function, some method in our Cybernetics class. Can we just create it in another class? Yes, we can create that. Let's create some classes in human. How can we create the class? Public void, and let's maybe some, and do something like int num1 and int num2, and I'm using void, right? So let's make it sys out. Num1 minus num2, num2, and we have just created the objects right here. We have created the object. The object is here. Using this obj, we have to call this one. So obj dot look, I'm getting this sum, and it's saying that an error that please provide your num1 and num2, because I have taken these arguments num1 and num2, and this is under this class, and for this class we have this obj object. So if we want to manipulate this class, we have to create an object, and we have already created this object. Using this object we can manipulate this class, and we want to use this method which is under human class. So for sum we have to use two numbers which are integers, 4 comma 8. Fine, and we have already system.out.println here, so we don't have to write anything. Let's just try to print it. -4, because 4 minus 4 minus 8 is -4, which is right. Num1 minus num2, num1 is 4 and num2 is 8. 4 minus 8 is -4, and it's printing the same, -4. And if you want to use something like return, so if you want to return, so if you have to use int, and here also you have to
Yeah, are
return.
we specifying the object before class?
So first of all, you have to create the class, and using the class, you have to create the object.
Okay, okay. So this class human is a subclass.
No, human is the another class. 7 is another class. After 7 we are creating a class human, and for human class we have an object which is obj. This
OBJ.
obj.
Okay.
And using this obj we can manipulate this class. Like if we are trying to print this age and string a name, and also we are trying to print this sum. And here, if I want to just call this one, so it will not print anything. If you just try to print it, it will not print anything. It will not print anything because we are returning something. Now I have to print that. For printing is out, simple. And yeah, this one. So if we just try to print that, -4 we should get. Oh, sorry, I'm using plus, I guess. I am adding these two, I guess. Yeah, I'm adding these two. If I just using minus sign, should get the -4. Yeah, I'm getting -4, which is true. 4 minus 8 minus 4. This is true. Up to this, is there any problem? If you're thinking that
No, bhai.
if it is difficult, oh, that's great. If it is difficult, then we'll upload these sessions in YouTube. Kindly check that once again and try it in your home. I am giving that guarantee that it is not too much difficult. By practicing, you can understand what is happening. Right now, don't think too much about syntax. Just think about the concepts, the concepts you are understanding or not. If you are understanding the concepts, then that's fine. You can try it in your home, and then you will be familiar with the syntax.
Can you share the YouTube link?
Yeah, we will share every time we just share after uploading the video. I've shared the CP link also, CP YouTube link, which was our first session. So what because you are here, right?
Yes, so
Yeah.
you just continue teaching and I will admit the student.
Okay, thank you. So up to this, human class is here, and we have object for this class, which is obj, and we can manipulate the class using that object. Up to this, I think there is no problem. Now let's see something different. If I just let me just comment this one and also comment this one. Error is gone right now. Just tag once again and create a method public void something and hello Subudip, it's printing hello Subudip, it is fine. And whenever I try to create the same function, the same method, same name method in a same class, in the same class, it is giving me error. Let's hover on this. Something is already defined in com.company.human. This is com.company and this is human class. That's why it's saying com.company.human. But can we just remove this? Can we just remove this error? Yes, we can remove this error. How? By changing the arguments. If we just use int age, look, the error is gone. The two methods, the name of the two methods are same, but these methods arguments are different. Here we are using something like int age. We are taking any integer value as an argument, but here in this case we are not taking any argument. But yeah, you can take string name. That's also fine. That's not a problem. Now just change this hello Subodhip to hello. I am old. Okay, and here hello. Let's cut the hello Subodhip and use this name. I now try to print that. Now look carefully. We have this obj, this obj, and after that we're trying to manipulate this human class. How can we manipulate this human class? Using this obj object, obj dot. Look carefully. We are getting two something. One is int, one is string. One has int arguments, one has string arguments. If we just use this and I use 20, it's fine. Look carefully. Age 20. Our IntelliJ is saying that your age is 20 because 20 is an integer. So this 20 will go here, not here. It will not come here. It will come the lower part. It will come here. Okay. Right now, once again, if I just use obj dot this something and I use Subodhip, look carefully. Name Subodhip. It means this something is this one, not this one, which is fine. Let's try to run the code. Try to run the code. Hello, I am 20 years old. Why it's printing that? Because first one is 20. Hello, I am 20 years old, and next one is hello Subodhip, because it's printing this one. If I just comment this one and try to print, it's printing only hello Subodhip. Now clear this part? You can use same methods multiple times, but you have to change the parameters. Is this clear to all of you?
Yeah, could you just scroll up a bit?
Yeah. Let me just close this console. Yeah, right now it's fine.
Yeah, that object dot something.
Okay. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
I have two something. This is one. This one is also something, and this one also something. But this something has string arguments, and this something has integer arguments. If I just use 20 as an argument, it means I am assigning this value. I'm talking about this method, because for this something I have integer argument, and for this one I'm talking about this method, because this method has string argument. Now is it fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
Others? You need if you need once again, then I can explain it once again.
Yes, Bhaiya, please explain.
Okay, fine. So this is human class. For human class, I have object which is obj. Whenever I want to manipulate this human class, I need this object. Using this object, I can manipulate this class. In this class, I have two methods, this something and this something. And these two something method are not similar. Yes, these name are similar, but the arguments which they are taking, these two are not similar. One is string, another one is each. These two are not similar. Whenever I am talking about the string name, and I want to call this something using this obj object, if I am taking this 20, it means 20 is an integer. 20 is not string. As 20 is an integer, it means I am talking about this method. And whenever I am taking this Subodip is a string. It means that I am talking about this method, because this method has string argument. Now is it fine?
Bhaiya,
We
can tell method means it's like similar to function.
Yeah, it's similar to function. But in Java, we call it
Methods.
method. It's similar to function. In C++, you can call it function. You can call it in Java also function, but generally people call it method in Java. It's fine, right? Right now? It's clear?
Yes, Bhaiya.
Okay, thank you. If it's not clear, then don't worry. Check the video once again after this session. You will get it. Let me just comment these ones also. Fine. So ये करते करते हम लोगों ने और एक कंसेप्ट पढ़ लिया जो कि था पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म. पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म कंसेप्ट भी डन हो गया. पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म का कंसेप्ट क्या है कि एक ही क्लास के अंदर अगर दो मेथड हो जिनका नाम सेम हो तो उनको बोलते हैं पॉलीमॉर्फिज्म. अभी बात है कि समथिंग ऑन समथिंग बोथ आर सेम नेम एंड both are methods, but their arguments are different. So these are basically called polymorphism. Polymorphism is like poly and morphism. It means multiple forms. It has multiple forms. So in this something method, it has string arguments as well as integer arguments. So that's why it's called polymorphism. It means that it has multiple forms. In a particular class, if we have some method which has multiple which occurs multiple times by using different arguments, it means that is polymorphism. The polymorphism concept is also done. This is an important concept in Java.
Bhaiya, do we require any concept like the time and complexity or something like?
For I don't think that for Android you need something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, for competitive programming you need that. And yeah, in future that if we will make dedicated session for Java, only for Java, then we can cover that.
Okay.
Yeah. So now this part is done. Let's talk about something called constructor. Constructor is also same like methods, but in method we have to write the return type. Let's just listen my words carefully. In method we have to write the return type, like in this case it's void, also void, but in constructor you don't have to write the return type. We just have to write public and the name. Let's try. Let's make any class. Maybe I just create Subodip. And listen and remember that in class never ever write this parenthesis, this first bracket, but in method you need this first bracket. Class and methods are different thing. in a class we have to write method. Okay, like in this human class we have to write this something method. Also in Subhadeep class I will write some method. uh let's first of all let's take something in the H. Let's copy paste that from previous one, from this one. And let's create something constructor. Like what can I write? Public person, and oops, sorry. Yeah, and second thing is whenever you want to create the constructor, the name of the class and the name of the constructor will be same. The name of the method will be same. Two things you have to remember. First, you don't have to write any return type. Second, the name of the class and the name of the method will be same. It means it's a constructor. Just let me just comment this, that I'm talking about constructor. The name of the class and the name of the method will be same, and the method and in this method we don't have to write any return type. Like in this case we have void, and some other cases we have integer, something like that. Yeah. Let's take some arguments here, like int num. Oops. And also we have this age, and let's take this age. We want to assign this age to the num. The number whatever we will get, assign this number in this age. Right now try to print that. Just try to print that under our main method. It means that we have to create this Subhadeep class, any object obj, and new Subhadeep, and obj dot this. I can use obj dot age is equals to 20. I'm 20 years old, and also what is saying that and I can use this 20 here also. I don't have to write it here because I am taking an argument as integer here, like I am taking an argument in number, so I can write directly number as I can write directly number as 20 or any kind of number if you want, and try to print that using this obj.h. And I can do that using sout if I want to print. How can I print that? obj.h. Let's save it and try to run. It's printing 20 because I'm giving 20 as an input. If I write 24, let's try to run that. Yeah, it's 24 because I'm giving 24 as input. Let's discuss it. Let's discuss this once again because this is something difficult. I have Subhadeep class. I just created object of Subhadeep class obj, which name is obj, and here I have this class Subhadeep. I have int age. You can just come. I can just control X. Int age, and I just use a constructor here. Constructor means I don't have to make any return type, and also the name of the class and the name of the method will be same. It means it's a constructor, and the age will be the number which will I provide here. Here I am providing 24. It means that the 24 will come here and it will store in this age, and we want to print the age. How can we print the age? Using this object, because whenever we want to manipulate the class, we need an object. Using that object, I can manipulate the age and to print the age. And whenever I try to run it, it's printing 24. Simple. Any doubt?
No doubt, Bhaiya.
Okay. Others? If you're having any doubt, you can ask. If you need once again explanation, then I can explain that once again also. Is it fine?
Bhaiya, why do we use the constructor here in this Java program?
Because if you want to sometimes you need the class name and the method name will be same. On that case, you have to use the constructor. If you want to use the name of the class and the name of the function or method, whatever you are saying or whatever you are thinking, that will be same, then you have to use constructor. If you need same classes, sorry, same method, then you have to use constructor.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So is it fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
For others? Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
fine.
we're fine.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Okay, thank you. I'm creating the classes again and again. That's why you can understand, because in this way I think you can understand well. I have to write once. I have to write again and again the class and the objects multiple times. I think I have commented all the codes. Yeah, I've commented all the codes. Let's discuss something new topic. हमको parenthesis नहीं मिल रहा, हाँ मिल गया, मेरा parenthesis. Okay, so let's discuss something new topic, which is inheritance. We'll discuss two more topics. After that, I think the basic concept of Java is done. Inheritance and your extent. These two topics are very important. Most importantly, the inheritance. Inheritance is very, very important for Java programmers. Very important. For security purpose, we need inheritance. Okay, let's create a new class. Let's create bit case. And in this class, okay, so we just right now we just created and student ID. I'm just create a student ID. Okay, it's fine. And I want to access the student ID in the main method. So how can you do that? One simple way is we can create an object using for this class dpcase, and we can access the student ID. This is a simple way. Whatever we have just discussed, that we can create an object, and using that object we can manipulate the dpcase class. So this is a process. But what is the another process? This process is good. You will not get any kind of error, but the main thing is this process is not safe. Why it's not safe? Because you are providing the student ID without any security. So in yesterday's class, I told you that public is an access specifier, but we have some other access specifier like private, protected, etc. So right now, let's use another access specifier, which is private. Let's make this student ID private. Whenever we are making student ID as private, no one can use the student ID after this dpcase class. Without this parenthesis, after this parenthesis, we can't use this student ID, because this student ID is now private under the dpcase class. Now in inheritance, we have two things: set and get, setters and getters. We have two things. Let's create set and get. In set, we have to set the value, in get we have to get the value, public void, and first of all let's set student id and also public void, sorry not void, want to get an integer, that's why return type is int, get student id, and we want to set the integer, so it should be there some student id, sid. I'm using some sid, anything whatever you can use, and if you want to use something else you can use, and the student id will be the sid. Is done, and now and to get that return the student id. As student id is an integer, that's why I'm giving this integer int here, because the return type is int, and we are taking an sid from the main method and assign that in student id. In this case, in this way we can secure our student id, because in this case we are not providing student id, we are providing sid, and we are getting some sid, and the sid will store under student id. We are not directly assigning student id. Is this fine? Then I will move forward.
Yeah, please explain again.
Like in previous case, I just create in student id and create an object like obj and use obj.student id, right?
Yes, Bhaiya.
But this is not a safe. This is not safe. Why this is not safe? Because we are directly accessing the student id. But in this case, in inheritance, we can create something sid, and we are providing this sid to the object, and this and the sid will take some value and it will store under student id. So it means we are not directly accessing the student id, but we are accessing this sid.
Okay.
Now is it fine?
Yes, Bhaiya, it's fine.
Let's create the object. Let's create the object like dp and new dp case, and using these dp dot set, इसको सेट करना है, अभी क्या वैल्यू दे, कुछ भी वैल्यू दे रहे हैं, मैं मान लो स्टूडेंट आईडी है 24 समथिंग, इस तरह कुछ वैल्यू है, कुछ भी ले लो, और अभी क्या करना है, गेट करना है। गेट करने के लिए क्या है, dp डॉट, सो गेट करना है, गेट कर लिए। अब गेट करने के बाद क्या करना है, प्रिंट करना है। प्रिंट करने के लिए क्या करना है, एस आउट करना है, आउट डॉट डॉट प्रिंट है, तो इसको क्या करना है, इसके अंदर देना। हो गया, तो देखते हैं रन करके, सही से चलना चाहिए, देख लेते हैं एक बार। चलो ठीक है, 2445211 2445211, परफेक्ट। सो we can do in this way also, like we have the student id, we have this in student id. In previous cases, what we are doing, like we are doing this dp object dot look, we are not getting the, we're not getting the student id because this is private, this one is private. If I just make it only like this and come here and come here dot, I'm getting the student id. In previous case we are doing in this way, okay, but and then you have to just assign the values and do this similar things. I have to change that because here I have already declared that. And change the all things. You can understand, I think. In previous cases, I have to do dp dot student id and we can assign the values, which is not safe. Why not safe? Because in this case we are accessing this, one, this student id directly, which is not a great thing. But in inheritance we can use this sid we just set it and then we just get it. Basically, you have to use two methods for set and for get. Okay, is it fine, or I will explain it once again?
Bhaiya, this set part is for the private, like the private access.
Yes. As this is private, so you have to use another variable. You have to store the value in another variable and access that using that object.
Is it a more secure way of getting or inputting the student ID?
Yes. Like you are not accessing this student ID, you are accessing this SID, right?
Yeah.
But in previous cases, you are writing obj.studentid, which is not safe, because like you maybe think that in your company you are accessing some databases and these are very important. So do you want that you are accessing these directly? Like you need some IDs, you have some important documents. Do you want that you will just access that directly? That anyone
No.
can hack that. Anyone can hack that. So in this case, you have to use this inheritance, and you have to use this get, set, and get. Using this set, you have to set the value. In the get, you have to get the value. For getting, you have to use return, as return statement is return value is integer. So
Okay.
clear
Clear.
for others? Is it clear? Okay, someone is asking in the chat, I guess. Yes, bhaiya. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. So if you have any type of queries up to this, kindly ask. We have just one topic left, which is extent, and which is important for Java as well as Android. Okay.
Bhaiya, can you just tell me what this topic called? Inheritance and
Inheritance.
this one is inheritance.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're talking about polymorphism, because we just called two topics in at once: inheritance and polymorphism. I've already discussed what is polymorphism at the very beginning.
Yeah. I was just writing down the topics here, so
Yeah, I have already commented that topic. Whenever I will share the code, then you can find.
okay.
I have already commented that. Let me just comment this one also. Inheritance. तो डन। अच्छा, इसके ऊपर का वाला भी कमेंट करना होगा, मेरा दे रहा है इसलिए इसको भी कमेंट कर दे रहे थोड़ा टाइम। एक्सटेंट, लास्ट टॉपिक। अभी तक जो जितना भी हुआ सब समझ में आया?
Yes, भैया.
ओके फाइन। ना समझ में आया तो और एक बार वीडियो देख लेना, तो आशा करते समझ में आ जाएगा। तो और क्लास क्रिएट करना होगा। क्लास क्या नाम दे दे रहे, ठीक है। और इसके अंदर क्या बनाते हैं, एक पब्लिक इंट सम करने का फंक्शन बनाते हैं, मतलब मेथड बनाते हैं, और ले लेते हैं दो यूजर इनपुट, नॉट यूजर इनपुट, टू आर्ग्यूमेंट्स इंट ए और यू कैन राइट इन नाम हम भी लिख सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, num1 num2, और रिटर्न कर दो a प्लस b को। ये तो आता ही है भैया, तो नया क्या है इसमें, तो आता ही है, सिंपल सा सीखेंगे। इसका एक ऑब्जेक्ट बना लेते हैं भैया, बना लेते, बहुत सारा कोड लिख लेते, ऑब्जेक्ट बना लेते हैं, obj नाम दे देते हैं, इसको न्यू कीवर्ड से ले लेते हैं और ठीक है। अब obj डॉट कर लेते हैं, सम आएगा, तो ये तो नया कुछ नहीं है भैया, नया क्या है, तो बहुत इजी है, और सिंपली एस आउट कर लेते हैं, तो कंट्रोल एक्स मारते हैं, हाँ हो गया, इसको रन करते हैं। The simple thing है 10 plus 14 which is 24 which is true, इन्हें तो आता ही है, इसमें नया क्या था। अब extend का मतलब क्या है, we have two classes, if you want to take some classes feature to another class, so you have to use extend keyword। तो भैया समझ में नहीं आया, चलो एग्जांपल से समझ लेते हैं। एक और क्लास बनाते हैं कैलकुलेट ऑल नाम से, ठीक, और इसमें डाल देते हैं पब्लिक इंट शब्द। पहले इसको इसको कॉपी पेस्ट कर लेते हैं, रुक जाओ। ये वाला कर क्या रहा है, सिर्फ समेशन कर रहा है 2 नंबर का। अब हमको चाहिए ऐसा कि समेशन भी करे और सब्ट्रैक्शन भी करे, दोनों ही करे। और एक बार पेस्ट कर लेते हैं, इसका नाम दे देता है sub, को दे देते हैं माइनस, तो ठीक ही है, हो गया। अभी देखो, अब इसका भी एक ऑब्जेक्ट बना लेते हैं, इसको कमेंट करते ही रहे हैं। अब इसका एक ऑब्जेक्ट बना लेते हैं obj बोल के, और न्यू कॉल ऑल, और obj डॉट करते हैं। जब देखो सम भी आ रहा है सब भी आ रहा है, तो ठीक ही है, सम कर लेते हैं 10 और 15 का, और हाँ ठीक है, obj डॉट सब कर लेते हैं 20 और 12 का। दिस इज फाइन। तो whenever I try to, oh it will not print anything, इसको ऐसा प्रिंट करना होगा। अभी कुछ प्रिंट नहीं करेगा क्योंकि हमने इसको प्रिंट नहीं किया है। प्रिंट कर लेते हैं, इसको प्रिंट कर लेते हैं, और इसको भी प्रिंट कर लेते हैं। इसको रन करके देख लेते हैं। $25 and 8, 20 minus 12 8 and 10 plus 15 25, which is true। तो उसमें नया क्या था भैया, अभी देखो ये वाला जो फंक्शन था the first function, this sum, this method sum, it's actually doing the summation, and this call all class and this call sum class is actually adding these two numbers, and this call all function also, sorry, class also adding the two numbers as well as subtracting these two numbers। तो एक बार एक क्लास तो कर ही रहा है समेशन, so why we need the same part once again here, so it is the wastage of memory, wastage of lines। तो अभी क्या कर सकते हैं, इसको यहां से उड़ा सकते हैं, और अभी बोल रहे हैं कि इस फंक्शन इस क्लास में हमको समेशन वाला पार्ट भी चाहिए, तो क्या कर सकते हैं, एक्सटेंड कॉलसम। अगर कॉलसम को एक्सटेंड कर लिया, इसके अंदर अभी देख लो समेशन वाला पार्ट नहीं है, समेशन वाला पार्ट सिर्फ कॉलसम में है। तो अभी अगर ऊपर जाएंगे इधर, if we try to run this obj dot, look I'm getting sum and sum both, I'm getting the both। I can use sum, let's take some 10 and 5, I can use obj dot sub 15 and 4, it's fine, just run it, 15 and 11, it's true। And right now try to understand that, look this call sum class is doing summation between two numbers a and b, and this call all is doing basically only subtraction, so we can extend this call sum class all features in this call all। In this way we don't have to again write the code whatever we have already written in call sum। So in this way we can use the extend property to take the features from one class to another class. Okay, is it part is fine for all? Or if you have again explanation, then I can explain it once again. Hello.
Yes, Bhaiya.
Okay, this part is fine, or I will explain it once again.
Please explain it once.
ओके देखो कॉल सम एक क्लास था. कॉल सम क्लास में क्या कर रहा था, समेशन कर रहा था दो नंबर के बीच में ए और बी.
Yes.
कॉल ऑल क्या कर रहा है, सब्सट्रैक्शन कर रहा है ए और बी के बीच में. अभी क्या करना है, कॉल ऑल फंक्शन को ऐसा बनाना है कि ये समेशन भी कर पाए और सब्सट्रैक्शन भी कर पाए. तो ये कैसे होगा, अब इसको एक्सटेंड कर लेते हैं. एक्सटेंड क्या करना है, कॉल सम का प्रॉपर्टी भी कॉल ऑल में एक्सटेंड कर लो. तो अभी जो समेशन का प्रॉपर्टी था ये भी आ गया कॉल ऑल में.
Okay.
कॉल ऑल का जब अब ऑब्जेक्ट बनाएंगे, राइट, लाइक हियर वी आर क्रिएटिंग एन ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ कॉल ऑल. हियर we are creating an object of call all. So whenever we are creating the object of call all, we can access the sum as well as the sub, both. Okay.
Okay.
Is this fine for all, or do you need another example or another explanation?
Bhaiya, we will get all these codes in a separate Google Drive, isn't it so?
Yeah, I will share the drive link.
Okay.
Also, why you need the code? You can try it by your own whenever we will upload that in somewhere. But yeah, I will share the code also. Don't worry. Okay, so yeah, so this is basic Java from our side. So I just think that I have covered all the things which you need to start your journey as an Android developer. The basic parts which whatever you need to start your Android journey. From tomorrow onwards, DPKS and Arpit will start the Android development. So before that, if you just guys have any kinds of doubt regarding Java, you can kindly ask. Otherwise, I think
I have one.
Yeah.
I installed JDK and ran it on VS Code, but the thing is, when I I imported the scanner class and wrote that scanner is equals to new scanner system.in. It is giving me a problem that resource leak SC is never closed, but the program is running fine.
Have you closed the scanner?
I did not understand the problem actually.
लाइक जब तुम स्कैनर को इनिशियलाइज करते हो और स्कैनर में वैल्यू इनपुट लेते हो, उसके बाद तुमको स्कैनर को क्लोज भी करना होता है. जो भी ऑब्जेक्ट का बनाया है स्कैनर डॉट क्लोज.
लाइक तुम अगर कोई भी टेक्स्ट एडिटर यूज कर रहे हो तो तुमको उसमें वो करना होगा, और इस तरीके की आईडी में करना नहीं होता है ऐसा. आईडी में पहले से रहता है और टेक्स्ट एडिटर में
You can also share the code so that we can understand that what is the problem going on in your code.
Okay, I just
And
share your screen. You can share your screen.
yeah. Okay. Yes.
अच्छा, एंड कितने लोगों ने एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो को इंस्टॉल किया है, डाउनलोड किया है?
Me, Bhaiya.
और
Me.
किसी ने किया क्या?
Yeah, this is the problem here. See this resource leak. Hello?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, you.
Yeah, I'm just checking this error. Just a second.
Thank you.
Actually, we have never used VS Code for Java. We have already used the text editors. Okay, that's not a problem. Let me just check.
Okay, do one thing. After line number 6, just write sc.close. Yes.
Okay.
क्या होता है ना, जैसे तुम स्कैनर को ओपन किए, ठीक है, इनपुट लेने के लिए। अब जब तक तुम उसको
Yes.
कमांड नहीं दोगे कि हाँ यहाँ पे क्लोज हो जाएगा, वो हमेशा ओपन रहेगा, जिसके कारण ये मेमोरी का एक लीकेज हो जाएगा, क्योंकि तुम एग्जैक्टली बता नहीं कब तक इसको ओपन रखना है। तो ये आउट ऑफ मेमोरी काइंड ऑफ चीज है।
अच्छा, इसीलिए जब रन हो रहा था तब कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो रहा था, बट प्रॉब्लम दिखा रहा था।
यस यस
ठीक
एग्जैक्टली।
है,
रत्नदीप,
थैंक यू भैया।
एक लिंक शेयर किए चैट में, उसको देख लेना, बाद में देख लेना कोई भी स्टैक वर्क।
ओके सो अच्छा,
Thank you.
जितने लोगों ने भी एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो को इंस्टॉल किया है, तो कोई दिक्कत आया?
अभी तक तो नहीं।
मतलब तुम लोगों ने ओपन करके देखा है एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो पूरा?
अब बस इंस्टॉल ही किया है, ओपन नहीं किया है।
ओके ओके, सो मैं एक बार और बस दिखा दे रहा हूँ।
May I show?
व्हाट एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो?
Yes.
नहीं हम
Are you
किसी
getting
का
any
show-
error? Are you getting any error? If yes, then show. Otherwise, you don't have to show.
No, bhaiya, I'm not getting any hand.
तो then छोड़ दो।
लाइक शायद और लोगों ने नहीं इंस्टॉल किया है, तो बस उनको बता दे रहा हूँ कि कैसे इंस्टॉल करना है। तो जाना है, डायरेक्टली लिखना है डाउनलोड एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो, वेबसाइट पे जाना है, यहाँ पे डायरेक्टली है डाउनलोड, क्लिक ऑन इट, एक्सेप्ट कर लो जो भी है, और जब क्लिक करोगे तो डाउनलोड होने लगेगा। ठीक है, जब वो डाउनलोड हो जाएगा तो यहाँ पर तुम्हारा एक फाइल मैनेजर में आएगा, फिर तुमको इसको सेटअप करना होगा पूरी तरीके से। तो जो भी तुमको नेक्स्ट पूछा जाएगा बस करते जाना, और कुछ करना नहीं है। इसके बाद फिर आगे में भी एक SDK डाउनलोड होगा 300-400 MB का, कल भी बताए थे। तो उसके हिसाब से नेट रखना, मतलब लगभग 1.3 या 1.4 GB के अराउंड तुम्हारा डेटा लगेगा। अब स्टार्ट करते हैं एक बार एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो को। सो ये है हम लोग का एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो, जो कि काइंड ऑफ सिमिलर है इंटेलिजी आइडिया का से, क्योंकि ये उसी से पावर्ड पाई है। तो किसी ने ओपन नहीं किया था क्या एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो, बस इंस्टॉल किया था?
I opened bhaiya.
तो बहुत कुछ दिखा होगा, दिमाग खराब हो गया होगा देख के।
Yes.
कोई नहीं। सो काफी चीज है, पर देखो
मुझे वो Maven वाला पार्ट समझ नहीं आया actually. It was too complicated.
यू कैन लीव मैवन, यहाँ पे उसका उतना कोई खास जरूरत नहीं है। तो यहाँ पे जैसे कि तुम लोग देख रहे हो, सबसे पहले जैसे ही खोले तो ये दिख रहा है तुमको, क्या एक लेआउट दिख रहा है। ये जो चीज है ना, यही होगा जो कि तुम्हारे ऐप में दिखेगा। लाइक यहाँ पे हेलो वर्ल्ड लिखा हुआ है, ठीक है, यही। अगर तुम यहाँ पे कुछ भी लिख सकते हो, तुम यहाँ पे देख रहे हो ये एक लेआउट है। लेआउट का मतलब क्या होता है? तो यहाँ पे एंड्रॉयड स्टूडियो में बहुत पहले से जब ये स्टार्ट हुआ है, तो 3 तरह का लेआउट को इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया है। सबसे पहला लेआउट था लीनियर लेआउट, सेकेंड रिलेटिव, एंड थर्ड कंस्ट्रेंट, जो कि अभी काफ़ी पॉपुलर है, क्योंकि सारे काम को बहुत आसान कर देता है। कंस्ट्रेंट का मतलब समझ में आता है ना, लाइक 12 में शायद फिजिक्स में पढ़े हुए कंस्ट्रेंट का क्वेश्चन, थ्रेड से बांध दिया जाता है किसी चीज़ को। तो यहाँ पे जैसा कि देख रहे हो, ये हर तरफ थ्रेड से बांधा हुआ है। यहाँ बहुत से कंपोनेंट है, टेक्स्ट है, बटन है, विजेट है, और अलग से लेआउट भी है, काफ़ी सारे कंपोनेंट है। चलो नॉर्मल एक टेक्स्ट को उठाते हैं, टेक्स्ट व्यू कहने का मतलब कैसा क्या टेक्स्ट तुम लिखना चाहते हो। इसको क्लिक करके जस्ट यहाँ पे प्लेस कर दो। अब यहाँ पे तुमको इसको थ्रेड करना होगा साइड से। जब तुम इस तरह से थ्रेड करोगे तो तुम देख रहे हो अब ये मिडिल में आ गया है, फिर नीचे से भी इसको बांध दो और एकदम ऊपर से बांध दो। तो अब ये एकदम सेंटर में रहेगा। अब इसका तुम जैसे ये क्या लिखा हुआ है, सिर्फ टेक्स्ट व्यू लिखा हुआ है, इसको तुम चेंज करके कुछ और लिख सकते हो। तुम करता हूँ थोड़ा। अब यहाँ पे इसका डिक्लेरेशन कहाँ दोगे कि क्या लिखा हुआ है, इसको कैसे करें। तो देखो यहाँ पे साइड में एट्रीब्यूट्स है। जैसे कि तुम लोगों ने अगर कभी फोटोशॉप ये सब यूज किया होगा तो तुम जानते हो इस तरह का चीज होता है। हर एक चीज के बारे में यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है, लाइक विड्थ कितना होगा, हाइट कितना होगा।
Like Adobe Photoshop.
हाँ हाँ एग्जैक्टली। देखो रोटेशन है, मतलब डिजाइन में जितना भी पॉसिबल चीज होता है ना वो सारा चीज है यहाँ पे। और यहाँ पे टेक्स्ट भी है, तो मैं इसे चेंज करके समझो लिख दे रहा हूँ हेलो एलियंस। अब ये चेंज हो गया, हेलो एलियंस हो गया। फॉन्ट को भी मैं बढ़ा सकता हूँ, घटा सकता हूँ। यहाँ पे मुझे सर्च करना होगा फॉन्ट। और ये चीज को देखो, एक तो है उधर एट्रीब्यूट से भी तुम चेंज कर सकते हो। द सेकंड थिंग इज अच्छा तुम लोगों ने HTML कितने किया है? HTML CSS किसने किया है?
I have some basic knowledge, but not that much. I have
कोई बेसिक
learned it in back in class 8. So
JS भी थोड़ा बेसिक ही किया।
लाइक देखो यहाँ पे जितना भी कंपोनेंट ला रहे हैं वो एक कोड में लिखा रहा है। ओके जैसे तुम देखो ये जो टेक्स्ट ये कोड है, टेक्स्ट व्यू का कोड है। यहाँ पे जो ये चीज हम लाए ये इस कोड में लिखाया है। कैसे लिखा है कि इसका आईडी क्या है, विड्थ क्या होगा, हाइट क्या होगा, टेक्स्ट क्या होगा, फिर कंस्ट्रेंट मतलब कि इसे कहाँ से बांधा गया है। तो इसको पैरेंट के बॉटम से बांधा गया है। हालांकि ये चीज उतना इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, तुम इसको फिलहाल के लिए इग्नोर कर सकते हो। और अगर हम इसको यहाँ पे फॉन्ट साइज भी दे सकते हैं। अच्छा टेक्स्ट साइज था आई गेस, टेक्स्ट साइज 24 dp। तुम देख सकते हो अब ये थोड़ा सा जूम हो गया है। हेलो अगर मैं से 60 dp दे दूं क्या हुआ, और छोटा क्यों हो गया? काइंड ऑफ इस तरह से होता है, बहुत सारी चीज है। इधर फोल्डर स्ट्रक्चर है बहुत सारा, मैनिफेस्ट फाइल है। ये मैनिफेस्ट फाइल क्या होता है? तो समझो कि तुम जब भी कोई ऐप चलाते हो तो उसमें किसी किसी में तुमसे नेटवर्क कनेक्शन के बारे में पूछा जाता है कि या कुछ कुछ ऐप जो है कि तुम्हारे नेट को कंज्यूम करते हैं, ठीक है। तो नॉर्मली तुमको ऐप में ये चीज़ कोड में इंट्रोड्यूस करना होता है कि हाँ ये जो मेरा ऐप है ये इंटरनेट को यूज करेगा। तो जब भी ये इंस्टॉल किया जाए मोबाइल में तो ये ऑटोमेटिक नेटवर्क का परमिशन ले ले। अगर तुम्हें स्टोरेज का परमिशन चाहिए या और भी कॉन्टैक्ट ये सब का परमिशन चाहिए, वो सारे परमिशन इस फाइल से तुमको दिए जाएंगे। यहाँ पे तुम्हें कोड लिखना होगा जितने भी परमिशंस की चीज़ होते हैं, ये उनके लिए होता है। एंड्रॉयड मैनिफेस्ट मतलब मैनिफेस्ट करना बेसिक चीज़ों को जो परमिशन का जरूरत पड़ेगा। तो ये जैसे कि क्या हुआ, तुम्हारा UI हुआ जो तुम्हें दिख रहा है, उस UI का कोड हुआ। तुम इससे UI को चेंज कर सकते हो। अगर मैं यहाँ पे बटन लिख दूं, एक नया कुछ क्रिएट करूं, कुछ विड्थ दे दूं, हाइट, यहाँ पे देखो ये एक बटन का कंपोनेंट आ गया। अब इसको मैं जैसे यहाँ पे देखो सेट कर रहा हूँ, ये अपने आप कोड ऐड करते जा रहा है कि हाँ ऊपर से इतना, नीचे से इस यहाँ पे रहेगा इस तरह से। तो काइंड ऑफ दिस ऐसा चीज होता है यहाँ पे। ये आसान है, तुम लोग थोड़ा एक्सप्लोर करो इसको, लाइक जो लोग भी एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो इंस्टॉल कर लिए तो अच्छे अच्छा करो, कुछ भी कंपोनेंट को ऐड करो, ये सब। अब तुम लोग देखते होगे एंड्रॉइड में कि क्या होता है कि जब तुम समझो एक टेक्स्ट फिल है जहाँ तुम कुछ लिख सकते हो और एक बटन है, जब तुम उस बटन पे प्रेस करोगे तो जो भी अच्छा, टू डू ऐप किन्होंने लिखा है? टू डू ऐप
कौन सा भैया?
टू डू ऐप जहाँ तुम कुछ लिखते हो और वो तुम्हारा लिस्ट में ऐड होते
हाँ,
जाता है।
हाँ,
अच्छा,
मैंने-
माइक्रोसॉफ्ट टू डू है।
कोई भी टू डू ऐप।
हाँ देखा।
तो उसमें क्या होता है, एक फील्ड होता है, टेक्स्ट फील्ड होता है जहाँ तुम कुछ लिख सकते हो,
हाँ,
एक बटन होता है
और एक पेन ऑप्शन होता है।
या एडिट करने के लिए, और वो फिर नीचे जाके ऐड होते जाता है काइंड ऑफ लिस्ट में।
हाँ,
तो ये जो चीज होता है इसको तुम कह सकते हो बैकएंड। जब तुम क्लिक किए तो टेक्स्ट व्यू ऐड हो रहा है नीचे, और ये जो काम हो रहा है ये असल में बैकएंड में कोड है जो कि कर रहा है, राइट?
हाँ,
तो ये जो बैकएंड का कोड होता है ये यहाँ हम लोग को यहाँ पे लिखना होगा, मेन एक्टिविटी डॉट जावा। जब तुम एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो खोलोगे तुमको दो चीज पहले से दिया हो रहेगा, मेन एक्टिविटी डॉट जावा बैकएंड का कोड के लिए, और एक्टिविटी मेन डॉट एक्सएमएल। जैसे कि HTML होता है डॉट HTML, वो होता है वेबसाइट के लिए। यहाँ पे एंड्रॉइड के लिए हम लोग यूज करते हैं डॉट XML। ओके,
ओके,
ये होता है डिजाइनिंग पार्ट के लिए। अब यहाँ पे तुम और सारे पेज बना सकते हो, लाइक एंड्रॉइड में एक पेज तो नहीं होता है, काफ़ी सारे पेज होते हैं, तो उसके हिसाब से तुम अलग अलग डॉट XML बना सकते हो, और उस पे कौन सा बैकएंड का काम होगा उसके लिए एक अलग से डॉट जावा फाइल बना सकते हो। ये सब चीज़ कल के सेशन में थोड़ा डिटेल में बताएंगे, अभी बस बता दे रहे हैं कि ऐसा ऐसा चीज़ होता है।
भैया क्या ये जो आपने जो कुछ भी किया, क्या एकदम स्टार्टिंग से बता सकते हैं फिर से?
हाँ भैया, कैसे क्रिएट किए इसे?
क्रिएट मीन्स
मतलब ये एक्टिविटी मेन कैसे ओपन किए?
लाइक ऑल
ये-
दिस एंड्रॉइड
ये
मैनिफेस्ट।
तुम्हारा बाय डिफॉल्ट रहेगा, ये तुमको क्रिएट करने की जरूरत नहीं है।
मतलब सर्च करना होगा उसमें एंड्रॉइड?
लाइक देखो अच्छा, तुमने एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो खोला है?
ओपन कर रहा हूँ भैया।
तुम करो, तुमको वो दिख जाएगा, वो रहेगा वहाँ पे।
एक्चुअली मैंने सी किया एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो पे।
सी?
नहीं, VS कोड मैंने किया, वो सेम ही है ना कि अलग?
नहीं 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 नहीं, ये काफी अलग है उससे।
नहीं तो एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो नहीं किया है उसको।
मतलब ये कुछ फोल्डर्स हैं, कुछ फाइल्स हैं जो कि तुमको प्री बिल्ट मिलेंगे एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो में। जो सबसे पहला होता है मेन एक्टिविटी, जो कि फर्स्ट पेज होगा। जब भी तुम ऐप बनाओगे तो ये पेज रहेगा ही रहेगा। अब ये सबसे पहला पेज रहेगा। अगर तुम ऐप इंस्टॉल करते हो अपने मोबाइल में तो ये जो सबसे पहला पेज खुलेगा वो होता है मेन एक्टिविटी। अब तुम यहाँ से बहुत से और नए पेज को बना सकते हो, और कुछ ऐसा कर सकते हो जैसे लिख सकते हो कि हाँ, जब इस बटन पे क्लिक हो तब इस डॉट XML पेज पे जाए यूजर, और उसके लिए एक अलग जावा कोड रहेगा। यहाँ पे देखो, इस XML फाइल के लिए इसी का बैकएंड कोड चल रहा है। ऐसा कैसे चल रहा है, ये चीज पहले से यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है। ये देखो, सेट कंटेंट व्यू, ये एग्जैक्टली R.layout क्या है ये कल के सेशन बताएंगे। बस यहाँ पे ये देखो कि जब कंटेंट व्यू कौन सा सेट किए हैं इस कोड के लिए, तो ये
मतलब
एक्टिविटी
इसमें
में
भैया बैकएंड अपने आप क्रिएट होते जाता है बस उसके हिसाब से?
बैकएंड तुमको क्रिएट करना होगा। बैकएंड का पेज दिया रहता है कि अगर तुमको किस एक्टिविटी के लिए कौन सा बैकएंड लिखना है।
So this
जैसे
main
देख-
activity dot Java is for the front end.
नहीं, देखो फ्रंट एंड और बैक एंड से यहाँ पे देखो क्या मतलब है मेरा। जैसे कि मैंने बोला कि समझो एक टू डू ऐप है, ठीक है, जहाँ पे एक टेक्स्ट फील्ड है, तो मैं करके दिखा देता हूँ। ये एक ये भी नहीं है, रुको, टेक्स्ट फील्ड मुझे बनाने दो। टेक्स्ट फील्ड यानी कि जहाँ तुम इनपुट ले सकते हो, राइट? सो दिस इज टेक्स्ट फील्ड, मैं इसे कंस्टेंट कर दे रहा हूँ और मैं यहाँ पे एक बटन दे रहा हूँ, इसे भी मैं
भैया
कंस्टेंट।
भैया कोई ऐसा ऑप्शन डालना हो जो इसमें हो ही नहीं तो?
तुम इंपोर्ट भी कर सकते हो बहुत सारी चीज़ों को, यही तो खासियत है इसका।
ओके।
ये नेम हो गया, ये बटन हो गया, और मैं एक टेक्स्ट व्यू डाल रहा हूँ। अच्छा, टेक्स्ट फील्ड और टेक्स्ट व्यू नाम से क्या लगता है, क्या इसका मतलब होगा?
टेक्स्ट व्यू और व्यू एंड फील्ड फॉर इंटर टेकिंग इनपुट थिंग।
एग्जैक्टली। सो देखो, एक्टिविटी मेन डॉट एक्सएमएल, ठीक है, मैंने इसका ये डिजाइन बना दिया, ठीक है। अब ये डिजाइन किस तरह से काम करेगा, कहने का मतलब जब मैं बटन पे क्लिक करूंगा, यहाँ पे जो भी इनपुट होगा वो यहाँ पे शो कर देगा, ठीक है। इसका जो कोड है मैं यहाँ पे लिखूंगा, इस जगह पे, ठीक है। अभी क्योंकि टाइम काफी ज्यादा हो गया है तो मैं इससे लिखूंगा नहीं, ये सब चीज कल डिटेल में बताऊंगा, अभी मैं बस थोड़ा फैमिलियर कर दे रहा हूँ कि कैसे चलता है। और ये भी है कि तुम इसको चला के कैसे देख सकते हो, तो दो तरीका है। एक होता है जब इमुलेटर, अगर तुमने एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो में डायरेक्टली नेक्स्ट 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 करके इंस्टॉल किया है तो तुम्हारा एक इमुलेटर डाउनलोड हो गया होगा। इमुलेटर क्या होता है, तो जैसे कि तुम विजुअल स्टूडियो कोड में कोड लिख के रन करते हो तो वहाँ पे तुमको आउटपुट दिखाता है, राइट, या कहीं भी कोई भी आईडी में। तो यहाँ पे इमुलेटर में बहुत सारे एंड्रॉयड इंस्टॉल्ड होते हैं, एंड्रॉयड ऐप, जो कि एक तुमको यहाँ पे एक बॉक्स दिखेगा एंड्रॉयड ऐप का, ठीक है। एक्चुअली वो एंड्रॉयड ऐप का फ़ोन ही होगा जो कि तुमको यहाँ पे बस दिखेगा, और यहाँ पे प्ले करने से वो उसमें इंस्टॉल हो जाएगा वो ऐप, और तुमको दिखेगा कि ये ऐप ऐसा दिख रहा है। लाइक तुम ब्लू स्टैक किसने यूज किया है?
हाँ भैया।
तो उसमें क्या होता है, लैपटॉप पे तुम चलाते हो एंड्रॉयड,
फोन पर,
या तो
स्मार्टफोन।
या एग्जैक्टली, तो वो वही चीज़ होता है यहाँ पे भी, इमुलेटर, जहाँ तुम यहाँ पे एंड्रॉयड को चला सकते हो। तो यहाँ पे वो चीज़ होगा कि अगर वो ऐप को हम इंस्टॉल कर दें एंड्रॉयड में तो कैसे चलेगा, कैसा दिखेगा, कैसा वर्क करेगा। सेकेंड वे होता है कि तुम इसको डायरेक्टली अपने मोबाइल में इंस्टॉल कर सकते हो। वो कैसे होगा, तो यूएसबी टेस्टिंग से। उसका जो सेटिंग होता है उसके बारे में कल बताएंगे हम लोग, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी ये कितना 10 बज के ज़्यादा, 10 से ज़्यादा ही हो चुका है और काफ़ी लोग को अब जाना भी होगा सकता है। मतलब मैंने सोचा था कि ये चीज़ आज कवर हो जाएगा, बट नहीं हुआ, but कोई नहीं। और जावा तो अच्छा समझ में आ गया बेसिक्स, तो ये काफ़ी काम आएगा आगे हम लोग को। तो फिलहाल के लिए तुम बस इतना ही करो कि थोड़ा बहुत खोल के एक्सप्लोर करो, देखो कि ये सब यूआई थोड़ा डिजाइन करो, और बाकी कल मिलते हैं फिर।
और भैया थोड़ा सा पहले से बता दीजिए ना, मतलब फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग हाउ टू डू, व्हाट टू डू।
देखो मैं इसे काटता हूँ, ओके
ओके।
फिर से खुला एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो। मैं न्यू पे गया, न्यू प्रोजेक्ट। यहाँ पे क्या है, एम्प्टी एक्टिविटी। यहाँ पे देखो बहुत सारा तुमको एक्टिविटी मिलेगा कि किस तरह से तुम्हारा ऐप
मतलब
रहेगा।
वो सब पहले से होगा जैसे।
पर हम लोग क्योंकि एकदम बेसिक से स्टार्ट करेंगे, बेसिक भी नहीं एम्प्टी बोलेंगे, क्योंकि बेसिक में भी कुछ चीज़ रहेगा तुम्हारे पास। देखो यहाँ पे जो है हैम्बर, ये सब कुछ चीज़ है दिया हुआ।
ओके।
एम्प्टी एक्टिविटी पूरा खाली, हम लोग शुरू से हर चीज़ को बनाएंगे। नीचे करके देख सकते हो और भी एक्टिविटी यहाँ, जैसे गूगल मैप एक्टिविटी, लॉगिन एक्टिविटी, बहुत सब प्री डिजाइन है दिया हुआ, प्रीविल डिजाइन। तो हम लोग यहाँ पे इसको नेक्स्ट करेंगे। एप्लीकेशन का नाम दो लाइक डेमो, ये तुम्हारा पार्ट होगा जहाँ सेव होगा, इसके साथ कोई छेड़छाड़ नहीं करना है। लैंग्वेज तो हम लोग का शायद हो सकता है कोटलिन सेलेक्ट हो, इसको जावा कर लेना। और मिनिमम SDK जो भी है रहने देना। लाइक API 21 ये सबको मतलब समझ में आता है? एंड्रॉइड 5.0
एंड्रॉइड तो समझ में आ रहा है, 5.0 लॉलीपॉप वर्जन हो गया। सपोर्टिव आई थिंक हो जाएगा फिर, मतलब वहां तक सपोर्ट करेगा।
एग्जैक्टली लाइक अभी के टाइम पे तुम्हारा जो मोस्टली डिवाइस पे चल सकता है वैसा ऐप तुमको बनाना होगा, ठीक है? तो उसके लिए तुमको ये चूज करना होगा API 21। अगर देखो हम इसको थोड़ा ऐसा कर दें 16, तो ये ऑलमोस्ट सब पे चलेगा। अगर हम इसको एकदम मैक्सिमम वाला कर दें, एकदम लेटेस्ट वाला, तो बहुत कम चांस है कि बहुत कम ही लोगों के पास ये चीज होगा। और जो एकदम बेसिक है, लाइक समझो कि क्या हो रहा है, पहले 16 आया होगा, फिर 17, फिर 18, फिर 19।
लाइक दैट ओरियो अभी जैसे लेटेस्ट है।
हाँ एग्जैक्टली। तो अगर तुम्हारा देखो, अगर तुम्हारा कोई ऐप 24 पे चल सकता है ना, इसका मतलब कि 24 से नीचे जितने भी मोबाइल है 22, 19, इन सब पे वो ऐप चला जाएगा, चल सकता है। तो ये हो गया इसका मतलब। तो इसलिए 21 ही रहेगा।
I am getting the API 31.
नो 21 कर दो उसको।
Okay.
31 में कितना परसेंटेज दिखा रहा है तुमको?
वो लेस देन 1%।
अब तुम्हारे ऊपर, अगर तुम चाहते हो सब में नहीं चले तो अलग बात है।
हाँ, iOS का भी सेम मतलब ये प्रोसेस है।
हाँ एक चीज देखो, एंड्रॉइड क्या होता है, किसके लिए होता है? एंड्रॉइड iOS डिफरेंट हो गया। लाइक तुम एक एप्लीकेशन बना रहे हो जो कि सिर्फ एंड्रॉइड के लिए है, तो हम लोग एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो को यूज कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? iOS एक डिफरेंट प्लेटफॉर्म है, लाइक डिफरेंट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है। उसके लिए अगर तुमको ऐप बनाना होगा, तुमको डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ चीज यूज करना होगा। जैसे फ्लटर होता है iOS के लिए, एक होता है आई गेस,
मतलब फ्लटर स्पेशली वो iOS के लिए या फिर उसमें एंड्रॉइड भी हो सकता है?
नहीं, फ्लटर असल में हाइब्रिड है, वो दोनों के लिए। अगर तुम फ्लटर में एप्लीकेशन बनाते हो तो वो एंड्रॉइड के लिए भी बनेगा और इसके लिए भी बनेगा, iOS के लिए बनेगा। क्या दिक्कत है, और मतलब फायदा तो बहुत है, और दिक्कत क्या है उसमें कि ऐप बहुत हैवी हो जाएगा, क्योंकि वो दोनों के लिए बन रहा है ना, एक बार में बन रहा है दोनों के लिए। तो वो दोनों का टूल को यूज कर रहा है, तो इसलिए ऐप लगभग डबल साइज का हो जाता है। मतलब अगर तुम सिर्फ एंड्रॉइड के लिए कोई ऐप बना रहे हो 7 MB का,
मतलब
तो
उसके लिए अच्छा खासा रैम होना चाहिए, मैकबुक टाइप।
हाँ कह सकते हो। और अगर सिर्फ iOS के लिए बनाना है तो उसके लिए एक अलग आता है Xtool या कुछ ऐसा ही होता है, हम नाम भूल रहे हैं, कुछ ऐसा होता है।
Xcode होता है, Swift।
या एग्जैक्टली। सो हम लोग इसको फिर आगे करते हैं। यहाँ प्रोजेक्ट क्रिएट होगा। अब देखो, जब ये बना तो ये दोनों आया है। पहला हम लोग का मेन एक्टिविटी डॉट जावा और एक्टिविटी डॉट XML, जो कि अभी जस्ट मैंने बताया था।
आज 10:30 बजे আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি করে 10:30
तो ये चीज पूछ रहे थे ना तुम लोग कि शुरुआत कैसे करना है, मतलब कैसे कैसे क्या आगे स्टेप करना है। हेलो।
हाँ भैया।
इसके बाद वही मैंने जैसे बताया था, कंपोनेंट ये सब मतलब अभी लोड, यहाँ पे ग्रेडल बिल्ड होता है। ग्रेडल क्या होता है ये भी बाद में बताएंगे। ये हर एक प्रोजेक्ट के लिए बनता है ग्रेडल। इसके बाद फिर तुम्हारा यहाँ पे आएगा क्या, एक .xml वाला चीज आएगा, कंपोनेंट रहेगा, डिजाइन। यहाँ पे तुम हर एक चीज को एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हो कि कौन सा क्या चीज है, क्या होता है उससे। यहाँ पे एक डिजाइन बन जाएगा तुम्हारा। उस डिजाइन से के मतलब क्लिक करने पे, जैसे टू डू ऐप के बारे में अभी बताएं कि प्लस पे क्लिक करोगे तो वो ऐड हो जाएगा। तो ये सारा काम कहाँ होगा, तो इसके .java फाइल में। बाकी और भी चीजें मतलब अभी बस ऊपर ऊपर से बता दे रहे हैं, काफी अंदर में जाके कल बहुत कुछ बताना है। तो बस आज ओपन करके थोड़ा फैमिलियर हो जाना इसके इन्वायरमेंट से कि कैसे क्या है। अर्पित, आर यू देयर? हेलो अर्पित।
हाँ, yes Dipikesh, yeah.
या सो अगर तुम कुछ ऐड करना चाहते हो तो बोलो।
नहीं, I think it's enough for today. और
Yeah,
सबको
yeah.
नींद भी लग रहा होगा because
Yeah,
already 2
exactly.
घंटा हो गया. But don't worry,
अच्छा
मतलब
दादा,
कल exclusively Android पे ही बात करेंगे.
अच्छा ये वीडियो अपलोड होगा यूट्यूब पे?
हाँ होगा.
अच्छा, क्योंकि
हाँ,
मैंने
I
फिनिक्स
think
का
कि
चैनल
YouTube पे
चेक
होगा.
किया पर अभी तक नहीं है.
नहीं होगा होगा.
ओके ओके.
चलो, so I guess आज के लिए enough हो गया.
And where will we get the Google Drive? Actually for
I will share in the Telegram group.
okay. Can anyone Bhaiya,
Yes.
can you please again share the Telegram group link in the main official WhatsApp group or here?